Swiggity swag, what's in the bag? G here, bringing you guys a tutorial on how to chain with the DexNav in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Before this video begins, let me go ahead and say that I am not a chaining expert, but I felt that I should make this video to help those people out there who are having trouble chaining. So, what exactly is chaining? So to put it simple, chaining is you finding a specific Pokemon, battling that Pokemon over and over and over again, and basically creating what is called a chain. Now, what is the actual benefit of chaining? Well, people usually chain for shiny Pokemon because as your chain gets higher, you have a higher chance of finding that Pokemon as a shiny. Okay, so that's essentially the point of chaining. That's why people chain. That's really the only reason why people chain. But with the DexNav feature, it's actually worthwhile to chain because you can also get egg moves and hidden abilities and great IVs and stuff with the DexNav. And we will be using the DexNav to chain for a Pokemon in this video. So the things that you will need before we start the chain are, first of all, super repels. Okay, we want to find Pokemon only with the DexNav, so anything outside of the DexNav, we don't want to find that. So you're gonna need repels in order to repel away all of those wild Pokemon. Second thing you're gonna need is the Acro Bike. Now you're probably thinking, Jay, we're gonna be using the DexNav, so we're gonna be sneaking up on Pokemon. Why in the world will we need the Acro Bike? I will let you guys know as soon as the time comes why we need the Acro Bike. Third thing, which is actually an optional thing, since you're going to be battling Pokemon over and over and over again, and you're going to be wasting PP, it's actually really good for you to have a PP Restore O Power, or you can have a super high level Pokemon with moves that have a lot of PP with them, because as your chain gets higher, the Pokemon's level will actually start to get higher, and then that way it's going to actually be a little bit harder for you to one-hit KO them. So it's actually really good for you to have a super high level Pokemon in your party with a lot of PP with one of their moves, so then you don't have to keep on switching between Pokemon or anything like that. So either have PP Restore Power or just have a really high level Pokemon with moves that have a lot of PP to them. And the last thing you're going to need is patience, because this will take a while. It will take a little bit for you to get the hang of chaining. You will break your chain every now and again, and then at the same time, it's gonna be a very long process, because at the same time your chain is gonna get really high, and you might not find a shiny Pokemon until you get like a chain of 100 or 120 or something like that. Luckily, my first chain in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire was at a chain of 80, so I don't know, I just kind of found that to be lucky and whatnot. But let's go ahead and start up our chain. So in this video, I'm going to attempt to chain Zigzagoon. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to be successful with this or not, but first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to spray up a repel, but I actually have a repel already up. Lucky me, I was already prepared. So let's go ahead and click on Zigzagoon, and we're going to hit search. Hopefully we're able to find something. It is actually a lot better for you to be in a wide open area like this, because it's a lot easier to actually find Pokemon. But let's go ahead and try to find a Zigzagoon, and for some weird reason we cannot find a Zigzagoon, and I guess I will be back once we find ourselves a Zigzagoon. Okay, so we have finally found a Zigzagoon, and we can go ahead and get our chain started. So, whoa, it has a potion? It's holding a potion. That is not bad at all. But this begins our chain. So what you're going to do is you're going to sneak up to the Pokemon, and you're going to KO the Pokemon, okay? That way your chain will begin. So let's go ahead and KO this Zigzagoon, and now our chain has officially started. So let's go ahead, and after we kill this Zigzagoon, we're going to go ahead and search for another Zigzagoon. And there's another one, and our chain continues. Luckily, thank goodness. So let's go ahead and battle this Zigzagoon. And this is essentially how you chain. You have to find the Pokemon, or you have to search for the Pokemon, battle it, kill it, and then do the search function again and find that Pokemon again, and then essentially rinse and repeat. Now there will be times where you're not going to be able to find the Pokemon, and I'm going to show you guys a little trick that I learned from one of my friends on how to continue your chain. Now there are ways that you can break your chain. First of all, leaving the area will break your chain. Also, running into a non-DexNav Pokemon will also break your chain, but because we have the Repel up, we can't really run into any other Pokemon other than DexNav Pokemon, so you don't have to really worry about that. Also, scaring the sneaking Pokemon will also break your chain, and then running away from the Pokemon will break your chain as well. So those are the only ways that I know of that you can break your chain. And we're still continuing our chain, but I will be back once we hit that point where we will need to use the Acro Bike in order to continue our chain. Okay, so we have hit a point where we will need to use the Acro Bike. So first of all, do not freak out. You will run into this little thing right here where it says it couldn't be found nearby. Try looking in a different spot. Now you can go ahead and try looking in a different spot to find a Zigzagoon, or you can use this little trick and find something else using the Acro Bike. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna hop on the Acro Bike, and now you're going to hop in place. This will allow you to find another Pokemon with the DexNav, and then that way you can actually continue your chain. Now, it does not matter what you find, okay, because this still continues your chain, because technically this is a DexNav chain. This is not necessarily a Zigzagoon chain. This is a DexNav chain. So this does not break your chain. This actually adds on to your chain, and this will allow you to continue your chain with the Pokemon that you actually want. So this Skitty right here, we still have to kill it, but this does not disrupt our chain. This actually adds on to it, luckily. So now that we found the Skitty, we killed the Skitty, and we actually get a level up out of that, and my bad. Now we can go ahead and use our DexNav to continue searching for Zigzagoon, and we should be able to find a Zigzagoon. And boom, there you go. We actually found another Zigzagoon, and that basically continues our chain. So you don't have to worry about the Skitty interrupting the chain or anything like that. It's still a part of the chain, even though it was a Skitty and not a Zigzagoon, because it's still a DexNav Pokemon. So don't worry about that, you guys. And that is essentially it when it comes to chaining. Chaining is not necessarily that hard to do once you get the hang of it. And hopefully you guys can find a shiny Pokemon as well. I'm probably not going to chain the Zigzagoon long enough in order to find a shiny Zigzagoon, but I can guarantee you that if you continue to do this with the way that I explained it in this video, hopefully I explained it thoroughly enough, then you should be able to find a shiny. I guess one more tip when it comes to chaining is that if you are like tired and you have to go to sleep or something, and you don't want to disrupt your chain or anything like that, it would be better for you to get into a battle with while you're still in your chain. Get into a battle and then just close your 3DS and then put it on the charger. That way you can open up your 3DS and you can actually continue your chain when you wake up or whatnot, and your chain won't be broken at all, because you're still in the battle and your chain is still continuing on from there. So that is it for the tutorial, you guys. Wow, I can't even talk. So hopefully this tutorial helped you guys out, and let me know down in the comment section below if you know, you succeeded in chaining with the help of this tutorial or with another tutorial, or if you actually chained before and you know exactly how to chain, or hey, offer up tips down in the comment section as well to help those people out who are new to chaining and I didn't explain something thoroughly enough in the video. Or if you have any other helpful tips when it comes to chaining and whatnot. And yeah, also leave a like if you did enjoy this video as well, and if this video was very much helpful to you. And I thank you guys so much for watching, and that is it. So I am out of here. Peace.